Welcome back to a brand new PTCG live video. Today I'll be showcasing Hydrapple EX with the newly released set Mega Evolution. So with that being said, let's get into the deck list. Let's see which new cards we'll be running. So we have the 3 Applin, the 3 Dipplin, and the 3 Hydrapple EX here, and this will be our main attacker. And the strategy for this deck will be to get as many Grass Energies into play so that we can max out that damage on the Syrup Storm. With the 2 colorless energies, we can do 30 base damage and then 30 more damage for each Grass Energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So to help us get those Grass Energies into play, we do have that Ripening Charge ability on this Hydrapple EX, where once during your turn, you can attach a Grass Energy card from your hand to one of your Pokemon, and then heal 30 damage from that Pokemon for doing so. As well as we do have the 4 copies of the Teal Mask Ogerpon EX here for that Teal Dance ability, where once during your turn, you can attach a Grass Energy from your hand to this Pokemon, and then draw a card for doing so. And then lastly, to get Grass Energies into play will be with the Meganium line. We have the 3 Chikorita, the 3 Bayleef, and the 3 Meganium for that Wild Growth ability, where each basic Grass Energy attached to all of your Pokemon provides 2 Grass Energies instead. So basically we're doubling all of our Grass Energies in play with this ability. And then lastly, we do have the 1 copy of this Mew EX here. It's basically going to be our only counter against the Cornerstone Ogerpon EX for this deck, since all of our Pokemon do have abilities. And then moving on to our trainer cards, for our Ace spec, we have the Prime Catcher, which basically will be a double switch out, where you get to gust up one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and then switch out your own active Pokemon. And then for our stadiums, we do run all 4 copies of the new Forest of Vitality, where each player's grass Pokemon can evolve into grass Pokemon during the turn they play those Pokemon, except during their first turn. So some pretty good rapid evolution with Forest of Vitality. And then for our supporter cards, we have the 1 Boss's Order, so gusting up one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, the 2 Iono for draw support as well as hand disruption, the 3 copies of Iris's Fighting Spirit, where you can only use this card if you discard another card from your hand, and then you can draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. And then we do have the 1 copy of the new Lillie's Determination, where you shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 6 cards, and if you have exactly 6 prize cards remaining, you can draw 8 cards instead. And then we do have the 1 copy of Lieutenant Surge's Bargain here, where you ask your opponent if each player can take a prize card, and if yes, each player takes a prize card. If no, you get to draw 4 cards. And then lastly, we do have the 3 copies of the Professor's Research for some extra draw support. And then for the tool cards, we just run this 1 copy of the Air Balloon, where the retreat cost of the Pokemon this card is attached to will be 2 colorless energies less. And then lastly, for our energies, we have the 9 basic grass energies. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into some games here. So yeah, we won the coin toss, decided to go second, had our opponent go first, and it looks like no mulligans here. So not the greatest starting hand. I can't believe we didn't get like a Buddy-Buddy Poffin or Nest Ball or something. See, they open with Klefki. Oh wow, talking about a pretty bad start for them also. Can't use Teal Dance. Now let's try Iris's Fighting Spirit here. Draw 4, I believe. Yeah. See, they play Arvin. Okay, this is like some kind of control deck here. They got the Shellos and Nincada. Yeah, that Klefki is definitely slowing us down so much. We could have KO'd them if it wasn't for Klefki and active. Okay, we get Buddy Poffin. Let's get the 2 Applin. No, I think we'll just use, you know what, let's just gust them for the Nincada. Now we can use the Teal Dance. Let's see, Fezandipiti. So yeah, I feel like the Shellos is there for the Gastrodon that shuts down stage 2 Pokemon. They play Hilda, so I'm pretty sure this will be for maybe Gastrodon. Gastrodon and the energy card. Yeah, there it is, the one that I mentioned. I haven't seen that in a while, actually. I feel like it doesn't get any use really anymore. Yeah, let's just go for the KO. Buddy Poffin. Definitely not really getting anything that we need. They go into the Dene, so it has that electromagnetic sonar. Put a trainer card from your discard pile back into your hand. Air Balloon. So I guess they're going to be retreating out into Gastrodon. And they play Lilies. Let's see, they put down Nincada, Brute Bonnet. I guess here comes the poison. Yeah, there's the poison. And yeah, no, I feel like this fell apart for them. They're either not too familiar with this deck list, or they just don't know what they're doing here. They just end the turn. Yeah, let's go for the KO. I'm kind of surprised that it just didn't go into maybe Gastrodon. So I go into Nincadum. So I believe this is the Ninjask and Shedinja deck. They basically get played together because of the abilities. They play Perilous Jungle, so they bump up the poison damage by extra 20. There's Ninjask. So yeah, they get the Shedinja for free. And they play another Lillie's Determination. Pretty lucky. Buddy Poffin. Yeah, these single prize decks definitely take a while to go up against, because you have to knock out every last Pokemon. Ooh, they do get the Mimikyu as their last ditch effort here. But they still have 3 Pokemon in play here that we can potentially knock out. And we even have the Fezandipiti. And now let's play Surge's Bargain. See what we get here. Yeah, they just give us the prize card. What do we get? Research. Yeah, nothing really super rad here. Yeah, let's just retreat out into Hydrapple. Okay, looks like they're gonna retreat out and attack us for what, the 90 damage and back into Mimikyu. So yeah, I'm just hoping we research and find Meganium. Ooh, 130. They do have Binding Mochi. Okay, we get an Ultra Ball. Yeah, I'll just get rid of the Super Rod. Still have Superior Injury Retrieval, so it's not all lost. Oh wow, I forgot that the Gastrodon shuts down our ability. Yeah, that's taking a while. We definitely need Prime Catcher here to get rid of the Gastrodon. At least we get rid of the stadium card. They use Iono. Yeah, so that Gastrodon is definitely really just taking a toll on our deck here. See, Toxic Powder, they should do 110 here, I believe, and then 10 after the poison. That's a 120. No, 130. Okay, that's pretty lucky. Finally, we can just get rid of the Gastrodon. Let's go Prime Catcher, Ghost Gastrodon. Yeah, they are cooked now. Yeah, there we go. 5th prize card. Almost have this Bayleef. Yeah, they're going to Ninjask here. Super long game here. Nest Ball. They get Fezandipiti. So yeah, kind of take that back. It looks like they know what they're doing here. Yeah, they don't really stand a chance here. They can do the 130. They gust us. Okay. So they're probably getting... They get the Hydrapple. They put in Shedinja. Did they knock us out? 20 damage for each damage counter. So they do knock us out actually. So we need a boss here. That's for sure. No, we already used it. Yeah, I'm gonna retreat out into Hydrapple here. Just because it's tougher to one-hit KO it. Like, the Ogerpon is pretty weakened. Yeah, no prize cards for the Ninja. Then go into Ninjask. Yeah, but this deck almost got completely fooled by us. Just by that Gastrodon almost really shut down a lot of stuff. Like the Meganium stage 2, the Hydrapple is stage 2. Play Fezandipiti. And we still have the Super Energy Retrieval in the deck, supposedly. Pretty sure it's in there. Yeah, they do get the Binding Mochi, so if we left the Ogerpon in the active, they would have definitely knocked it out. Yeah, there's a Toxic Powder. So I believe this is for 180, no, 170. No, it's 130. Yeah, let's research. There's really definitely nothing. Yeah, there's the Super Energy Retrieval. So now we can attach with the Ripening Charge, then attached energy to retreat out. And let's go for the 140. There we go, we knock out the Mimikyu wall. Last prize card is the Ogerpon. And there we go. I guess we'll put Ogerpon in front. So yeah, we did win the coin toss. We decided to go second, had our opponent go first, and looks like they took 2 mulligans here. We did see a Team Rocket's Nidoking in the mulligan. Well, let's see how they're going to turn out. Stage 2 deck versus Stage 2 deck. And I believe Nidoking is weak to fighting, so this should be a decent matchup in my opinion. Because they're not going to get just swept by weakness here, because only some dark types are weak to grass. Yeah, let's get Dipplin and Ogerpon. And then, well, let's just try to Surge's Bargain. Because none of the other supporter cards really seem like the best to use. I forgot that this is the first turn, so we can't use Forest of Vitality yet. And they opt for the prize card. Lillie's Determination. Yeah, let's just pass. They really had a kind of a bad starting hand because they didn't get Proton or anything like that. But they do attach the Rocket Energy card. And they didn't have Buddy Poffin either. Yeah, they're using Ultra Ball. Maybe this is for Rare Candy Nidoking. They get Pidgeotto. So yeah, Nidoking doesn't have a 2 energy attack. Minimum 3 for the Tainted Horn. Ooh, they do Gust Us here for the Applin. Okay, at least they can't one-hit KO Applin here. They got the hammer in. Yeah, they just pass here. And I think we'll just go research here. Okay, there's Meganium. Now let's go for the KO. 270. Pretty insane. So what we pick up here? Researching Meganium. Okay, they get Rare Candy, Team Rocket's Nidoking, and it has 3 energies ready to go. Yeah, 80 poison damage here. Yeah, I know. Let's get the Pidgey out here. Yeah, and clean the poison. 270. Yeah, that was pretty bad actually. Didn't realize how low it was. I go back into the Nidoking. That was definitely a bad misplay. They get another Team Rocket's Energy and Research. Looking bad, because I'm going to go for that 240 attack now. Oh well, it's really not a big deal that we misplaced slightly here. Like, the chances of them setting up here again like another Nidoking. They Buddy Poffin. Especially already used 2 of their special energies on this Nidoking. What are we up to? 300? And I guess let's bench these. Use the Iris. Yeah, let's go Superior Energy Retrieval. Yeah, let's go for 360. I don't feel like it's likely they'll set up here again. Like, that is it. We're down to the last prize card. Bayleef and Ogerpon. Yeah, they just concede here. So yeah, our opponent won the coin toss. They decided to go first, had us go... No. They decided for us to go first and they're going second here. So... not too bad of a hand here. Let's pass. And it looks like they're going to be the Slow King that uses the Kyurem's attack to hit 3 Pokemon for 110 damage. Yeah, there's the Academy at Night. Ultra Ball. So they definitely did not get a good start here. Because it looks like they didn't get any Buddy Poffins or anything like that. So they're immediately going for the Squawkabilly EX here. They use Brock Scouting. So at least they got 1 basic. No, 2 basics here. It looks like they're using the new Gumshoe from Mega Evolution. They Jet Energy into Squawkabilly here. Okay, we kind of have a good chance here of taking 2 prize cards right away. And they use the Academy at Night. They put the last card in their hand on the top of their deck. They put down Tatsugiri and then they just go for the Motivate. No energies in their discard pile, so they didn't get any energies off of that. I guess we can still use the Academy at Night and just save a Hydrapple. Put it on the top deck. Let's research. Let's go with Surge's Bargain. It looks like we might not get the KO here. Yeah, sadly we will not get the KO. There's not even any point of using that last energy card because it would have been just 30 more damage. See, they Night Stretcher. They get the Xatu back, so now they got some decent energy acceleration. Yeah, there's Academy at night. Once again. They probably run all 4 of them, honestly. Let's see, will they pull off the attack this turn? They probably will retreat out, in my opinion, to go into the Tatsugiri. There's no point to let go of 2 prize cards. But then again, we do have boss in hand. They play Hilda. So they're probably going to get Psychic Energy and the Slowking. Yeah, there's Slowking and Psychic. So yeah, with all of the bench sniping that they can do and we don't have the Shaman, we kind of have to be careful when putting Chikorita into play. We're kind of going to need the entire evolution line and play it as soon as we get all the 3 Pokemon, the Chikorita, Bayleef, Meganium. Yeah, they switch on Tatsugiri. They don't find anything. Oh, should we gust the Squawk? And as tempting as it is on you know what, it might not even be worth putting Meganium into play in my opinion. I don't know, let's get rid of the Slowpoke. Especially since they searched out the Slowking last turn. We might as well. Forest of Vitality. Because we know they had the Slowking in hand. They searched it with the Hilda. Yeah, they get 2 more Slowpokes. Yeah, they just pass here. And now let's get rid of a Chikorita. And I think it should be pretty tough for them to win this. Super Rod. Because the only way for them to take a, I guess a one-hit KO on Hydrapple would be with the Annihilate, I believe. Because it's not even any point of trying to use Kyurem here. We evolved up basically everything. And the Regigigas only works on Terrestrial Pokemon. So yeah, they go into Slowpoke here. I'm guessing they're going to evolve up and attempt the attack here. It is pretty good that we did find all of our stadium cards basically right in the beginning of the game. One's in the discard, we have 1 in play, and then 2 in our hand. And so we're basically getting rid of all of their Academy at Nights as soon as they basically come into play here. They use code breaking. Ooh. So yeah, that's another way for them to get Pokemon or what they need on the top of their deck to use that Seek Inspiration. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be the Annihilate. The Night Stretcher. They got a Slowpoke back. Yes, it is the Annihilate. See, flip the script. And so let's use Iono here. Try and buy up some time, and we do get Prime Catcher, which is pretty much perfect. And I guess put Balloon on Fezandipiti. So I get their Lillie's Determination. So yeah, the only Lillies we ran in the deck was prized. So yeah, I feel like there's really no way they can win this. Like best case scenario, they set up everything and use Annihilate. Or they get Slowking, Energy Card, and either Code Breaking. Yeah, they get the Academy at Night even. And Lillie's Determination. So that's really lucky. Yeah, they get Fezandipiti even. Talking about a really lucky Iono for them. Let's see, did they attach Energy Card? No, I don't think so yet. They Night Stretcher, so this is probably going to be the Pokemon they want to use. So it looks like it was the Slowking. So they got Slowking back. I'm guessing they have to have another Night Stretcher for Annihilate. There's Jet Energy. Yeah, another Ultra Ball. Yeah, they literally like used 3 Ultra Ball in a single turn. Now what does that Gumshoe do? I feel bad, I don't know. Once during your turn, switch a card from your hand with the top card of your deck. Okay, so it's basically an alternative to the Academy at Night. Yeah, they use Conkeldur's attack. So yeah, pretty close game, honestly. I don't know. They came back pretty well from it. Let's go for Prime Catcher. Gust to Squawk. Yeah, there we go. We don't have to do anything else here. Last 2 prize cards of the game. 2 Bug Catching Sets. There we go. Well, those are all of the games. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.